All right, Shalom. Giving all praise going on to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Kodash, double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, do well, peace, love, and blessings to the elect, starting with you brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make a call and an election sure. Also blessings, all right, to you men, women, and children. You body of believers is also looking for and hasten to the coming of our Lord, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, as he is on his way. All right, the prophecies are speaking. Testimony Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, and before I start, I want to declare the Fair Use Act, fair use. You know, I do not own the rights to this. Neither am I making monetary gains off of this. It's just basically for educational purposes only. Okay, so fair use. And this is from CBS, posted 2 hours ago. And that's titled, U.S.-Iran War Widens Further After Drone Strikes on Egyptian Port. And that was Iran's major strategies from the beginning, which was to widen this war and just make a mess. All right. Once Trump took the bait and started it, Iran, that was their plan. All right, one of their plans is to make it a mess, but to widen the war. All right, these Gulf states are feeling it, and now, it's only getting worse. More people, more nations, I should say, are being drawn to this war. It's affecting, all right, everyone, and as the world economies get worse, all right, it's gonna further draw these nations into it. Okay, but again, U.S.-Iran war widens further. So the war widening is why it's calling, which is, they haven't declared it a world war yet, but that's basically what it is, as prophesied in the scriptures. Okay.
And to the widening war with Iran and the new U.S. strikes payback for earlier attacks on our troops, according to the president. CBS senior national correspondent Charlie Daggett reports from Amman, Jordan.
U.S. Central Command released new video said to show fighter jets launching what was described as a heavy wave of airstrikes against Iran, the first resumption of strikes for days in retaliation for the recent missile attack on U.S. forces here in Jordan. Now, what had already become a regional war has widened further. Smoke rose from a port in Egypt after drone strikes on 2 natural gas vessels, one of them American-owned. With the Strait of Hormuz still under siege, Iranian-backed Houthis threatening shipping channels in the Red Sea. The attack in Egypt raises concerns of yet another threat to global energy supplies. The renewed bombing runs by the U.S. military followed joint strikes by Saudi Arabia and the U.S. against Iranian-backed militias in Iraq. Iran's state media reported 3 civilians killed in strikes on Qeshm Island. Jordanian officials tell CBS News 5 missiles fired once again toward the main base hosting U.S. forces were all intercepted. In a reflection of just how sensitive that attack in Egypt is, Iran's foreign minister accused Israel of a false flag operation tonight, calling Egypt a friend, saying its security is an utmost priority for us. Matt?
Charlie, thank you.
Then look, Iran saying that, hey, the Israelis are basically doing false flags and blaming us. All right. So it's a big mess, a huge mess. But hey, this is the determination of Yahweh Bashmi Yahushai. All right, and also too, the news came out that Russia attacked Poland. Okay, and that's a rumor. That's one of the things that the Lord said will take place. But I googled it, right, right here, fact checked it. No, Russia had not intentionally. So they didn't intentionally. But hey, that breach was broken. Okay. It says Russia has not intentionally attacked Poland, but a Russian cruise missile crossed into Polish airspace and crashed during a massive aerial bombardment targeting Ukraine. Polish officials stated there is no reason to believe Poland was the intended target. All right, not yet. Okay, but you know, Russia, all right, and NATO, NATO was set up for Russia. All right, they basically that coalition, that alliance, that if any member of NATO was attacked, all right, all members had to join. So again, that's setting the stage, setting the tone. Wars and rumors that will fall under rumors. Okay, so the rumor is out there. So once the rumor gets out there again, the breach has been broken. Okay, it's being talked about. It's being thought about. All right, that idea is now there, and that's where everything starts. It starts with an idea. Hey, I got an idea, right? And whether that idea is good or bad, okay, it manifests itself. It yields fruit. So the idea, all right, of Russia attacking NATO is there, and the rumors have always been there. Okay, so again, this war is widening. Okay, this is a world war. All right, and Ukraine had already attacked, I believe, some, if I'm not mistaken, some Russian or Iranian shipments in the Caspian Sea. Okay, so this war continues to widen. All right, Europe is going to get involved. Everyone's going to get involved. According to Reuters, all right, I believe Reuters, I think that's how I spell China to give, Iran, I'm sorry. Yep, so this is the Reuters. All right, Iran to get Chinese shoulder lunch. Here they go. They want you to subscribe. Well, I'm not going to do that. So, but you get it. Iran is expected to receive within weeks a first shipment out of up to 400 Chinese-made shoulder-fired air defense missile launchers. Okay, so it said within weeks. So this war, they don't plan on this war slowing down anytime soon. Okay, so you hear the wars and rumors. All right, so this war is widening as prophesied. So let's get some precepts. Isaiah 13th chapter. All right, Isaiah chapter 13. Where is it? I'm going to read this one in the KJV, by the way, to the left. Isaiah 13:1, it says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. So it's a burden. All right. In AMP, it said mournful. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. All right. This banner will be this word. Okay. This word is that banner. Lift ye up the banner upon the high mountain. Mountain representation of government. All right. It says, exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, which is rebuke. All right. And in the AMP, it says, summon them, the Medes and Persians, with a loud voice. All right, because America is modern day Babylon, spiritual Babylon. Okay, and what you had the Assyrian Babylonian Empire, then you had the Medo-Persian Empire that came up after Babylon. So the same scenario, so to say, again, the same scenarios just being played out over and over again. All right, just with a twist to them, so to say. Okay, and who is America going up against right now? A.K. America, A.K. Babylon going up against right now? The Persians. Okay, which is Iran. It says that they may go into the gates of the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. All right. Verse 4, the point I wanted to get to. It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. Okay. There's great war. The nations are being gathered together. All right, you got Russia involved, the major players, China involved. And, you know, we are in historical and pivotal moments. All right, where this thing is we at the end, we at the finish line. The Israeli and American military just merged. Okay, go to show you they ready. You know, it's about to go down. Okay, we at the end. It says the Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Okay, so the Lord is mustering the host of the battle. He mustering this thing up. Okay, it's it, man. It's just, you know, exhortation, prophecy, watch, just to keep on pushing, man. We almost out of this thing. Where I want to go, just Joel, Yahweh Allah. We'll hit the top. Joel 3 verse 1 says, for behold, in those days, and we are in those days, man. All right. Again, the vision is set for an appointed time, but the end it shall speak and not lie. And as the elder apostle Tahar always say, you know, we already done broke down the scriptures to you, you know. So here it is, this information is coming out. And, you know, as we read these prophecies, you know, these things are happening right now. They're speaking. At the end it shall speak and not lie. So we're just basically bringing out to you the things we already broke down, which goes to show, you know, we about to enter into a new phase of this ministry because these things have already been told to the world. All right. These things have already been prophesied. So basically we at this point, we're speaking the obvious. Okay. It says, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, and as the AMP translated it, when I will restore the fortunes of Judah and Jerusalem, and those that are the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as you see us definitely here in the Western Hemisphere, in America. You know, we at the bottom. You know, as it says, I will restore the fortunes where our lives have been full of misfortunes, man. Okay, unfortunate, misfortunes, unfortunate. But the Lord said He's about to restore, all right, our fortunes. I will also gather all nations. So as He restore our fortunes, He's gathering all nations, all right, to bring them down. And I will bring them down. It's a spirit. That's the spirit, man. And I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. And in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat. I mean, Yahweh's judgment, the Most High's judgment. All right. And will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, the real Israelites. Okay. Whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay. And that's what they've done. We've been scattered, all right, by way of slavery, captivity, okay? And they parted the land of the Lord. So the Lord say He's going to plead me. He's going to judge them. So that's why all these nations, the Iran war widens, okay? It widens, and then you see Jordan demands U.S. to leave after missile strikes. Because this war is affecting everybody, okay? And it's just a matter of time before those straits, the supply chain, the global supply chain, the effects of it being cut off, all right? Because choked, once, when someone's choking you, you have a certain amount of time before you run out of air, right? So as these straits are being choked, being blocked off, it's a matter of time for, you pass out, you run out of air. So we'll see. But definitely, things are close as this war widens. So all praise, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh Shem Shai. And look, you're witnessing it. All right, what more do you need to see? We're reading these things. When we were reading these things, this is afar off, right? Now it's here. So as we read in these scriptures are literally speaking as, again, prophesied, the prophet Habakkuk or Habakkuk, at the end it shall speak and not lie. So that's how we know we're at the end, because the nations are being gathered, all right, among many other words that Yahweh Shem Shai spoke. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Lord willing, this video is edifying, giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, double on cell, apostle, great millstone, and shalom to the elect.